Good morning, friends. Um, Welcome back to backup class of another session. I hope to take the essential components of data handling, and as soon as we understand this data handling topic in a better manner, in the evening again there will be a regular class from 6 o'clock. It will be very good morning, Rishabh. It will be a regular class taking another topic. So for backup students, Somashekar, Manoj, Gautami, as soon as you complete this session, don't wait for practice. Immediately you start practicing whatever we discuss, because it's a very important topic to experiment and all. Apart from that, in the evening you are going to take another class. Tomorrow onwards there will be no backup classes, and as such everything will be all right. You can be regular to your classes with other students. Your batch is comprising of 7 students. Now already 4 students are having no issues. Only 3 students needs backup. Good. So that's why we are covering the topic. Now friends, I didn't give the slides because I want to take the very essential points of the data handling topic. I have projected the PDF that I have shared in your WhatsApp. Hope all of you have received this PDF. It is available in your uh, systems, and also essential points in the sense that just data handling, we are giving introduction to you in this chapter, a overall picture of the data handling that you are going to study in the rest of core Python. And also we are going to use those concepts in advanced Python as well as Django. Now, data types is one of the important topic that already you know. What is data type? Different types of data we classify, like string, integer, floating point, boolean, complex, that I introduced you. Now today, even a strings data type, you have seen a sequence data type. Because it is frequently used in the beginning itself, we introduced you the string data type. And now in front of your string screen, there are different types of data that is classified in Python is available in the form of a mind map. I hope you can remember all the types of data. Now we say that broadly we classify the data types in Python as numbers, already you know, sequences, only you strings you know, sets you are not aware of, none data type you know, mapping you don't know. So as an introduction of data handling in Python, I am going to briefly explain all this. As I said, each one, say for example sequences data type, mapping data type, are all having its own chapter. As soon as you complete some of the other fundamentals in core Python, you are going to study separately about list, tuples, dictionaries, strings, etc. Understanding integer, boolean, floating point, complex numbers, etc. requires very less importance, because you know those data type already, you are regularly using in your real life. We also classify the numbers as a data type in Python, and that requires no separate chapter for you. So we are not going to deal with integer as a separate chapter. Whatever we explained you and whatever the knowledge you have about whole numbers, all are applicable to Python, because Python is not inventing any new idea in mathematics. It is existing the available concepts of number systems. Now, how do you classify the data types in Python? Data that you process using a Python program can be different types. That you have to, first you have to remember data that is required for Python program to process. Then only you can do some result prediction, output prediction. So different types means broadly it is under 5 categories. One is numbers, another one is a sequence type, third one is sets, fourth is none, fifth is mappings. Under numbers, integers, floating point, complex numbers that you are aware of. Even Boolean data type is also a subtype of integer. For us, we say it is Boolean. For Python, it is also a subtype of integer. Okay. Now, moving on, if you remember the number system, I introduced you, there are different number systems are there, such as decimal number system, octal number system, hexadecimal number system, binary number system. In this all these number system, we frequently use decimal number system. For some specific purpose, we may also use octal and hexadecimal number systems. If you take the category of number data type, it can be broadly 3 types. Int, float, complex. Whole numbers are integer. The table is in front of you that you are just, this is for the purpose of recalling. Float is a decimal number, whole number plus fractions. Mathematical complex numbers, all are coming under the number category. Also, I have explained you using interactive mode how you can find out the type of a particular number. It will tell you num1 equal to 10 means type of number is int. It will explain you in that manner. Variables of simple data types like integers, float, etc. hold single values. You have to remember this because we are going to see how multiple values can be stored in a variable. Usually variables in any programming language, the basic variable stores a single value. Recall anything about variables, there are some characteristics are there about variable. Identification of variable, type of the variable, value of the variable. 3 things you have to remember. What is the type of the variable? Type of the variable means what type of data you are storing. That is type of the variable. What is the value that you are storing? Depending on the data type, you may be storing a string literal or a numeric literal or maybe a Boolean value. All are called as value of the variable. ID of the variable, something it is related to memory address of the computer, which is we are not deciding. The CPU will decide where the value should be stored in the memory. All are using single value. Say for example, if you want to store a single value like integer variable, float variable, Boolean variable, etc. If you want to use a variable to store multiple values, integer variables, float variables, Boolean variables will not permit for the same. Say for example, you want to store names of a year, months in a year. If you say you want to store the months in a year in a variable, months in a year is 12 different values. January, February, March, etc. are 12 different values that you want to store in a variable. You cannot store in a single variable of integer or float Boolean type. Say for example, name of a student in a class, phone number of a book with its owner number, or the artifacts available in a museum. All these are multiple values. It cannot be stored in a single variable. Because you cannot store multiple values in a single variable, Python provides its own data types called as list, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. What is this data type? Today we are going to see the introduction and basics. Later you are going to study in depth as a separate chapter in your course. Now please try to understand why do we need data types like list, tuples, dictionaries and sets. Normal variables can store single value. A equal to 100 means you cannot store 100, 200, 300 like that in single variable in a normal situation. What is the solution? Python provides its built-in data types. Those data types are container data types. You have to remember the word container data type. List, tuple, sets are container data type. Dictionary is a mapping data type. These data types, if you create a variable of integer, only one value. If you create a variable of list type, tuples type, tuple is a data type in Python. List is a data type, dictionary is a data type, sets is a data type. How, what, why in detail we are going to see that. If you create multiple values to be stored in a single variable, depending on the situation, you will decide to go with tuples, list, dictionaries or sets. It is not all having the same characteristic. There are differences between tuples, list, dictionaries and sets. That's why Python is supporting multiple data type. First we will take sequence data type. Ordered collection of items. Ordered collection of items that is having a index number. Such a sequence of values can be stored in a single variable. Those are called as sequence data type. Please try to understand the general characteristic of sequence data type. Sequence data type is a data type that can be created for a variable. A variable can be a sequence variable where more than one values can be stored. Each element or item of that different values is indexed. Indexing means identification, which number you are talking about, because variable is only one. A equal to 100 means if you use A refers to 100. If A is storing 100, 200, 300, multiple values are stored in a single variable A. Which value you are referring? 100, 200, 300, which value? How can you differentiate? There is a mechanism called as indexing. There is a mechanism called as indexing is available. There are three types of sequence data types available in Python. They are strings, list and tuples. Usually set is also not classified as a list data type because it's having its own unique characteristic. Also dictionary is not categorized as what it is called as list type, sequence type. A brief introduction is going to be seen in this chapter now. Already if you know anything about a string, in detail I have talked about string sequence type. The general name for a string type is sequence data type. A string is a specific name of that data type. You cannot create a variable in general saying that I need a sequence variable. No, it's not possible. You have to choose a specific name. String, list, tuple, which one you want to create. You have to create that. In detail, I have already dealt with strings. Now, we are going to give focus to introduction of list data type. You can create a variable. Say for example, whatever I am highlighting, give attention to that statement. Here I have highlighted something. In that highlighted thing, list1 is the name of the variable. After that, assignment operator. After that, usually you will type a string or 100, 200, 300, like that you will type the values. But now in a square bracket, you are seeing multiple values like 5, 3.4, New Delhi, 20C, 45, multiple values are there. Now this is a valid statement. This is the way we create a variable of data type list. List is the name of the data type, like integer. List of values can be created. The name of the type of data type is also called as list only. And you have to observe that some important things about syntax you have to understand here. The first syntax is, if you want to create a variable of list data type, you have to enclose all the values within the square bracket. If you put everything within the square bracket, Python will recognize it as a list data type. Point number 2, the individual elements or items are separated by comma punctuator. Comma punctuator. 5 comma 3.4 means comma is saying that 5 is a different item, 3.4 is another item. And point number 3, you can observe easily from the highlighted text, highlighted statement, it is not homogeneous data type. What is not homogeneous data type? It is not having the same data type, like all values are integer, all values are float. Obviously, the data type of each item is having some data type. List is a data type that contains multiple values. Each value will have its own data type. 5 is int data type, 3.4 is a float data type, New Delhi is a string data type, 20C is also a string, 45 is int. So we say that we can mix up various data elements from various data type. Even a list can contain another list, nested list. A list can contain another tuple. We can create so complicated values in a single variable that is easily permitted and facilitated by Python programming language. In detail, we are going to see that. Now just you understand that list is a data type you create like this. It cannot have, it's not necessary to have homogeneous data type of items. It can be heterogeneous data types of items. Homogeneous means single data type of all the items. Heterogeneous means mixing the various data items inside the list. And moving to the next data type, it is also sequence data type. It is called as tuple. How do you create a tuple? The only difference what I am highlighting here, you can see the example that I told you as a list and the example that I am highlighting now is having only difference is there we used a square bracket, here we have used parenthesis. Parenthesis means the only difference. Tuple is a sequence of items separated by commas and items are enclosed in parentheses. This is unlike list where values are enclosed in bracket. Once created, we cannot change the tuple. This is also another difference. How, what, why? We are going to see in detail. List data elements can be modified. Tuple elements cannot be modified. That is a major difference between list and tuple. What is changing? Say for example, individual element 10, 20 you want to replace with a new value. In tuple it is not possible. What about list? It is possible to replace. You have to remember that list elements are modifiable, tuple elements or items are not modifiable. The second difference between list and tuples are it is enclosed by square bracket, tuple is enclosed by parenthesis. Only these two differences. There are so many technical differences are there. We don't need to worry about that now. Now the third data type is in Python called as set. Set data type is an unordered collection of items separated by as usual by comma but enclosed in curly brackets. This is called as curly bracket. Whatever the thing that I have highlighted on your screen is called as curly bracket. This is different brackets are used for different data types in Python. Based on that enclosure, Python recognizes that this is a list, this is a tuple, this is a set, etc. Set is also very much similar to list. Only difference is it cannot have duplicate items in the list. And also another character is set is also like tuple because the elements cannot be changed. Please try to understand the third one. The basic ABCD of these data types I am talking about. I said I am going to explain you in detail later as a separate chapter. The curly brace is used to specify a set data type. Each element is separated from another by means of comma punctuator. And here also you can mix up the data items. There is no difference. It is very much similar to list. But one condition is list can contain duplicate items. 10 comma 10 comma 10 is possible in list, but in set 10 comma 10 comma 10 means only 110 will be stored. Only unique values will be stored in a set. Duplicate entries will not be permitted. Duplicate values will not be permitted. Such a type of data type is called as set data type. And one characteristic set is also sharing with tuple. It is the individual items. Say for example, in this set, that this is statement that I have highlighted, this is a set. This is a set. 10, 20, 3.14 due Delhi. You want 3.14 to be modified as 5.55. You cannot modify. Why? The elements are cannot be changed or it is not modifiable. Whatever I have told you, the key points you have to remember, because just I am giving you the introduction about the overall picture of the data types. Next, now for example in set, duplicate elements are not included in set. Now say for example set 1, set 1 1 2 3 1 2 3, like this you type. How many times 1 is coming? 2 times. 2 times 1 is coming. You can type, but when Python sees 1213 duplicate 1 is available, the value 1 is repeated second time, it is a duplicate entry. So the Python will not store the duplicate value in the memory. Because of that, when you try to print the value of the set 2, the output will be like this. Output will be like this. That duplicate one is removed. Automatically it is removed. Automatically it is removed. You have to understand this behavior of the Python as well. Now moving on to none. None is a data type. It is a official data type for Python. None is a special data type with a single value. There is no other value possible. It is used to signify thus the absence of value in a situation. If there is no value, a variable is referring, in that scenario, you can say the variable is stored with none. So that we can have the facility of programming processing. When you write real life program, none data type is also useful for us. You can understand later. What is none? None is a special single value data type. If you say integer data type, it is not single possible value. Multiple possible values are there. 10, 20, 30, 40 order integer values only. But if you say the data type of a variable is none, only single value possible is none. There is no other value possible in that data type. Absence of value. None supports no special operations, and it is neither false nor zero. And also please try to understand, none value is not treated as, because it is nothing means it is not zero. If it is nothing means it is not false. It is a special value that is useful for us to use in our programming, because false and zero is also a particular value, boolean value, integer value. That value is not also not represented by none. You have to understand that none is a single special data type value, that is some value that Python is using for a special purposes, which is not even referring to zero or false, because false is a valid data type value of boolean, zero is a valid value of int type. So it is not permitted to say that none is referring false, none is referring zero. No, it is not referring. Okay, that is called as none data type. Now the next category of data type is called as mapping data type. The one major example of mapping data type supported by Python is, specifically it is called as dictionary. Mapping is its major topic. Mapping is an unordered data type in Python. Currently there is only one standard mapping data type in Python called dictionary. Maybe in future they may include additional types of dictionary data type. As of now you don't have multiple options. It is only one available. So you can go with that. Now what is this dictionary? I would like to ask Gautami, Somashekar, Manoj, all of you able to follow the fundamental points that I am discussing with you about data handling? For data handling, first you have to understand all the data types. That's what I am discussing. Okay, nice, fine. Now, briefly, I want to explain you dictionary. Dictionary is not having a individual element will have two values. It is in pairs. Dictionary is, you have to understand, the name has been given dictionary because if you take any dictionary, word explanation, word meaning, that is the pair available in dictionary. Such type of a structure is given to dictionary data type. That's why we call it as dictionary. The pair is also called as key value pair. Key value pair. In a real dictionary, word meaning pair. There will be a word and its meaning. There will be a word and its meaning in a real world dictionary. Here, word meaning is not available. The pair is key value pair. Set dictionary also enclosed by curly brace only. This curly brace is used. Curly brace is used to enclose. Because it is key value pair, key value pair, key value pair, it can differentiate whether it is a dictionary or it is a set data type. Because for set data type also we enclose with curly braces. Dictionaries permit faster data access, operated from its value using colon sign. The keys are usually string and their values can be any data type. In order to access any value in the dictionary, we have to specify its key in the square bracket. We are going to see that. See, for example, how do you create a dictionary? You create a dictionary like this. It is actually whatever two lines I have highlighted, you can type it in a single line. Dict1. Dict1 is the name of the variable to say that I am going to create a dictionary. Any name can be given because it is an identifier. You can decide that. Fruit colon apple. Fruit is key, apple is the value, so key value pair, it is combined with the help of colon. So the key and value is separated by colon. One element, one item is separated from another item by, as usual, comma. You have to understand how do you create a dictionary. Dictionary data type is created like this. Dict1, name of the variable, as usual assignment operator. It is enclosed by a bracket. What type of bracket for dictionary? Angle bracket. Also we are using the same bracket for set, but inside the elements are different. Only data items are available in set, but that is not the structure inside a dictionary. Key value pair will be there. Key and value is separated by colon. One item is separated from another item by, as usual, comma. This is the structure of what it is called as dictionary. You can, after completing this lesson, please try to create some of these things. Something you have to understand, I told you sequence data type, list tuple, set data type, dictionary data type, all I introduced you. Some introduction. These are all data types in Python. Why we need this type of container data types? Because normal variables like integer or a float can store a single value in a variable. In case if you want to store multiple values in a single variable, then you cannot go with int or float data type. You have to go with a container data type. Like generally it is all these types of data type is also called as container data type, because it is a container for multiple values. Now I am talking about list and tuples. I said when I introduced you, list elements can be modifiable. Tuple you cannot modify. Dictionary, it is modifiable. Set, you cannot modify. I told you this. This behavior is conceptually called as mutable and immutable data types. The word is changeable, modifiable, it is called as mutable. If something is not possible to modify the elements or individual data items in a particular container, it is immutable data type. Now I can say list is mutable. We don't use changeable, modifiable words. We use mutable, immutable. List is a mutable data type. Tuple is immutable. Dictionary is mutable. Set is immutable data type. Sometimes we may require to change or update the values of certain variables used in a program. Now, I'm scrolling. Now you see the picture. What are the data types that are called as immutable data type in Python? And what are the data types depending on the nature of modifiability, mutability? We call some data type in Python as immutable data type. Some data types are called as mutable data type. Mutable data types are those that individual items can be modified. If so far, whatever the data type we have seen, only two are mutable, list and dictionary. All the rest of the data types are immutable data types. Integer, float, boolean, complex, string, tuples, sets, all are immutable data type. Now you can ask one question. Sir, we stored a value like this you stored a value num equal to 300. After that, you changed the variable num equal to 400. So num is a integer data type, that is I am able to modify. What do you mean by immutable? Because integer is also coming under the category of immutable. You have to understand whatever the picture that has been displayed here. Please observe this picture. Please observe this picture, whatever I have highlighted. If you type num1 assigned with 300 or num1 refers to 300 means a variable name num in the memory location, say for example address of that location is 1000, is stored with a value 300. Stored with a value 300. After that, if you try to assign the value num1 to num2 in the memory location, num2 is not referring another 300, it is also referring to the same value in the memory. It will happen like this. Now what is the result of this one? Num1 equal to 300, num2 equal to num1. It means that num1 value will be same as num2, or num2 is going to refer the same value the way num1 is referring. So internally the memory can be like this. We say that num1 is the name of the variable, 300 is the value of the variable, 1000 is the ID of the variable, ID or address of the variable in memory. Now you have to understand this. Now say for example, observe this one. Now observe this picture, whatever I have highlighted. Num1 300, num2 num1. After that what you did, num1 equal to num2 plus 100. Num2 is 300 plus 100 is 400. Now num1 is not referring to the same memory location, it is referring to a different memory location. Previously num1 was referring to 1000 memory location, ID 1000. Now it is referring to a memory location inside the computer, which is say for example 2200 ID, address of the location. Now what happened? Address, when it is changing, it is not used in the same memory location. Such a data types are usually called as immutable. You cannot modify the value in the same memory location. That is the meaning you have to understand. What is mutability? What is immutability? If you are not able to change the value of a particular element or a variable without changing the ID of the memory location, in the same memory location, if you are able to modify the value, it is mutable. In the same memory location, you are not able to replace the value. Actually, the new value is stored in a different memory location. That different memory location is referred by the variable. Then we say that immutable data type. This is the fundamental understanding about mutability and immutability. Please try to read again and try to understand. Now the question is coming here. Say for example, if you are having multiple data types, what time which data type is used? What time which data type will be used? Now you know that integer, float, string, what time you have to use? Obviously it is understandable, easy to understand. Whole numbers, go with integer. Decimal number, go with float. You want to store sequence of multiple characters, go with string. But if it comes to list, tuple, dictionary and set, which one has to be used in which situation? If you read this paragraph, easily you can understand which data type is used at what time, the practical applicability of each sequence, map and set data type. And also they have given some example where that situation can be applied. Say for example, you want to store name of the students of a class, you can go with list, because the list of students can change, elements and items can change, so obviously you can easily update the list of the students. Updatable list means list data type is supported. If you don't need any changes to the data item, you don't need any changes means go with tuple data type. For example, list of name of months in a year, instead of going with list, you can go with tuples. Why? You don't need to update or change the name of the month till the end of, right from the beginning and end of the what it is called as long as the human beings are going to use the calendar, this is going to be the month. January is not going to be something ABCD, it is not going to change, so you will go with tuples. This is the applicability. Say for example, you don't want to allow any duplicate value in a list of values, then go with set. Set will not permit, set will not permit any duplicate values. Say for example, if different artifacts are there in a museum, there cannot be two different artifacts you have to mention two times in the same list. You have to uniquely identify what are the artifacts are available in a museum. All the names of artifacts can be specified in a set. All the unique names will be maintained by set. Why? Because wrongly if you type a duplicate value, set will automatically remove that value. Okay. Now what is the situation where you will use dictionary? Say for example, name of the person, mobile number, something called as phone book. You want to specify such type of data to process in Python. Which data type is useful? Obviously dictionary. You need to modify some people's mobile number, maybe they will change the mobile, so the list need to be updated. In that scenario, name of the person colon mobile number, comma, name of the person colon mobile number, like that you can specify a list. Or otherwise you can use the even what it is called as mobile number as also as key. Usually name will be the key and the value will be the mobile number. Okay, these are all some applicability that I have discussed about discussed about various operators. And now we see operators. I already introduced you all the arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. There are three types of divisions are available: floor division, modulus division, and normal division. Also, I introduced you relational operators. Those are equal, not equal, less than, not less than, greater than, not greater than. And also I introduced you all the operators called as a assignment operator and shortcut assignment operators. This list also you are aware of. All the operators you know. Logic operator also I have explained you: AND operator, OR operator, and NOT operator. Now identity operator is there. It is called as is not. In both these operators are also somewhat giving the result either true or false. It is called as identity operator. Is not. I introduced you this operator. Now I can explain you briefly. If num1 equal to 5, if you ask what is the type of num1, it will say is int, means it will say true. Here you are in this statement you are using the operator is. Say for example, num2 equal to num1. You ask what is the ID of num1, ID means memory address. It will display you the memory address. It will display you the memory address. If both memory addresses are same, then is num1 is num2, the result will be true. Whether num1 and num2 are referring to the same memory location. How can you decide in programming whether num1 is referring to the same location what num2 is also locating? If you use is operator, it will say yes, true. In the same situation, num is not num2 means it will say false. Why? Because is not operator, if the two values are different, then only it will return true. If both values are referring to the same memory location, obviously it will return false. Okay. Now you can experiment this brief codes in your interactive mode. What is this member operator, in operator, and one operator is called as in operator, not in operator. See, is operator, is not operator. Similarly, another two operators are there. They are called as membership operator. Membership operator is most of the time used with container data types like list and tuple. How it is used? Say for example, you created a list like this. A is a list variable. Why? Because the values are multiple enclosed by square bracket. So obviously it is a list data type. Now you are asking a question to the Python. 2 in A. 2 in A means whether the element or item 2 available in A list. It will tell you true. If it is not available, it will tell you false. Say for example, you are asking the string 1 is available in the list A. It says false because there is no string value 1. Numeric value 1 is available. Please note it has been enclosed by single quote. So it is a string representation. One numeric value and one string value is not same. Now, say for example, you have this list and you are asking a question. 10 not in A. Yes, true. 10 is not in the list A. So that's why it is returning the result true. 1 not in A. 1 not in A. No, it is available. So the result is false. You have to understand the logic. How is not operator, identity operators, membership operators. Identity operators here comparing the addresses most of the time. In not in operator is a membership operator. It finds out whether a particular item is a member of a container data type. Okay. Now moving on. Expressions. Already I told you combination of, I have explained this one also, expression. Combination of operator and operand is called as expression. I told you even a single literal or a single variable also in the left hand right hand side of assignment operator can be called as expression. That is what you have to understand about expressions. Something you have to understand, a concept called as precedence of operators. What is the meaning of precedence of operator? Precedence means priority. Say for example, if you see the table of operators, this is the table of operator. It says that the exponent operator is order of precedence 1. Tilde plus minus is 2. Unary plus unary minus I am talking about. Third priority is multiplication, division, modulus division, floor division. Fourth priority is plus minus and so on. What is this table is talking about? If you use multiple operators in a expression, which operator will be performing the operation first, which operator will be performing the operation next, This sequence and order is called as precedence of operators. Please try to understand. I am talking about precedence of operators. It is precedence means priority in an expression. 2 plus 3 multiplied by 4 means plus symbol is there, multiplication symbol is there. Whether multiplication will be done first or minus will be done first. That type of decision is assigned, priority is assigned by every programming language. It is common for any programming language, it is not differing. So such type of a behavior is called as precedence of operator in a particular programming language. Now, if you have understood the precedence of operator in a expression, I am using plus and multiplication. Which operation will be done first and which operation will be done next? Tell me. 2 plus 3 multiplied by 4. What will be the result? I am typing. I am typing the expression. I have typed an expression. What will be the result in Python according to this table? Please tell me. You can message me. कैसी अच्छा है दिव्या plus first. Okay, Manoj. What is the alternative answer? Multiplication second. Okay, Manoj. You're fine. What about Somashekar and Gautami? Somashekar, Gautami, are you trying? Agree. Okay. Somashekar, Somashekar, are you there? See, whatever I typed the question, you please type the same statement 2 plus 3 times 5. You will get 17 as result, not as 25 as you predict, because I told you the priority number 2 plus minus refers to unary minus and unary plus. And also see the priority number 4. In priority number 4, binary plus and binary minus is there. Here in this expression, the plus symbol is a binary expression 2 plus 3. It means plus is in a binary context. It is not in unary context. So please try to understand what is precedence of operator. If you don't understand, you cannot understand how Python is interpreting the expressions. Now all of you agree what I'm trying to explain you. See the priority number 4. Priority number 2 is unary plus and unary minus. First multiplication will be done and then minus will be done. Sorry, plus will be done. Agreed? Understood? Okay, fine. My voice is breaking. Now, now, Manoj, my voice is loud. Gautami, my voice is clear now. Gautami, please recheck your internet connection now, because Manoj and Somasekar is not having any problem. So it seems sometime your network also may be in problem. Okay, fine. Manoj is also saying that my voice is breaking. So the problem is from my end. Now is it clear? Now is it clear? Let me check. Let me check. Is there any problem in my internet access, internet connection? I'm checking. I don't think we have. I have any problem. But please you stop me whenever you feel my voice is breaking. Okay, Gautami. Okay. What I asked you the question is whether you agree my explanation that the answer will be 17 for the expression that I typed, not 25. All of you agree based on this table that you are seeing in the left side of your screen? Yes, agree, disagree. Message me agree, disagree. No answer, not understood. Something you have to reply, or my voice is still breaking. My voice is clear now. Am I audible for all of you? Okay, Gautami, let me explain again. Precedence of you are asking me to explain the precedence of operator, right? Okay, that expression you are asking me to explain. Okay. See, I typed 2 plus, I typed 2 plus 3 times 5. How much will be the value? This is the expression I shared. When the computer sees or Python sees this expression, according to the Python precedence table, multiplication is priority number 3 and addition is priority number 4. So multiplication will happen first and addition will happen next. Yes, Somasekar. Yes, you are right. Now it will be, the result will be 17, because 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2, 17. That will be the result. Why? Because multiplication is having higher precedence over addition. So which operation will be performed first? Multiplication will be performed first. Then the addition will be performed. This is something called as precedence of operators. Am I clear to you, Gautami and Manoj now? Okay, fine. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Because I have to complete this topic today, I have to restart my regular classes. So that's why I'm also giving. And if I will tell you, my friends, a lot of examples are also shown in your screen, but I will tell you one simple solution. I can tell you one simple solution. What is the solution? The solution is like this. If you don't remember anything, if you don't remember anything about the precedence of the operator, put parenthesis, problem will be solved. Now, for example, the way Gautami interpreted, if I need that result, I can write like this. Now the result will be 25. Please see the expression. 2 plus 3 will happen first. Whatever you put inside the brackets or parentheses, it will be evaluated first. So 2 plus 3, forget about the what it is called as Forget about the plus and the addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Whatever in an arithmetic expression or any expression, if you put bracket, the innermost bracket will be executed first, and it will be keep on executing outer. Now 2 plus 3 will happen first because you are deciding the priority, not Python. If you don't remember the Python priority, you put everything in brackets. The priority will be according to you. So you don't need to worry about the concept of operator precedence. So Mashikar, yes, you are right. Answer will be 25 because 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Gautami agreed. Manoj agreed. Okay, fine. I'm moving. Now already you know that what is meant by a statement. A statement is a unit of code that Python interprets can execute. I told you as of now you please try to understand statement is nothing but a single line of code. Later you can explain, later I can revisit the idea of statement and I will tell you more. As of now you can go with this one. And another thing, I also told you simple statement is one line statement, compound statement is multi-line statement, multiple simple statement can be treated as a compound statement. How we are creating in our next chapter, probably if we start in the evening, we are going to see how to create compound statement. As of now, one line of code is simple statement that is sufficient for you to understand. And also I have elaborately explained you input and output operation. Input is done with the help of which function? Input function. And output is done with the help of print statement. And also I explained what is type conversion. Implicit type, did I cover the topic for you all? Implicit type conversion, explicit type conversion. Using int function, float function, you can convert one data type to another data type. I also typed a C program where if I give num 10, num 20, a equal to 10, b equal to 20. If I put it in bracket, a parenthesis, it will become a string. It will be concatenated. If you remember the demo, you can recall what is implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. If you are saying 2 plus 3.5, 2 will be treated as 2.0 because implicitly the whole number integer data type will be converted to a floating data type, and that is done by automatically, so we say it is implicit. If you specify int function or float function to convert one data type to another data type, such type of conversion is called as explicit conversion. All of you remember this? Yes or no? Yes or no, my friends? Yes, fine. Yeah. Now moving on, because I don't want to repeat the same thing, explicit conversion also I have covered for you, and you can go through the example program and you can make better sense. That's why I am giving you this type of NCRT's very powerful notes. It is very useful, and now you have to understand something called as debugging. Debugging, it can be dealt later, not now. Just you read it. Debugging, bug means you read it and I will explain you. But even those students who are not attending the backup class, they also didn't get the topic debugging. I'm going to explain you later. But as of now, you have to understand in English, bug means error. Debug means removing error. Debugging is process of removing errors. In a program, there can be three types of errors: syntax error, logical errors, runtime error. If a error is occurring because you didn't follow the Python rule, it is called as syntax rule. Say for example, you have to put a list data item in square bracket. You opened the square bracket but you didn't close the square bracket. Python will complain where is the closing bracket. Such type of error is called a syntax error. Instead of using less than symbol, you used greater than symbol. Instead of using AND operator, you used OR operator. It may lead to logical errors. It is difficult to find out. Sometime when the program is running, you will get error. Such type of error is called as runtime errors. Say for example, if you divide a number by 0, I have demonstrated that if you divide a number by 0, it is division by 0 is infinity. Infinity is usually an error in computer. You try to divide a number by 0, according to mathematics, the answer is infinity. Something divided by 0 is equal to infinity in mathematics. Computer will not give you infinity result, but instead it will generate error message. This is one example of runtime error. When the program is running, you click the F5 button or you clicked the play button in your spider window, program started running, and after starting the running you get some error. Such type of errors are called as usually runtime error. Now as of now you try to understand what is debugging, what are the types of errors, what is the brief understanding about those errors. Now with this we completed the data handling chapter, but my job is over. Please go through the whole chapter's summary exercises. If you are able to solve all the exercises, if you are able to write all the programs, then only it means that whatever I gave you the backup clauses, you are clear. Whatever so far I have dealt with you are very basics of Python. And also I went very slowly, very slowly. Usually I don't go with this speed because I taken care of your context. Manoj, Gautami, Somasekar, as long as I know you are not coming from any programming background, right? Gautami, Somashekar, Manoj, am I right? Yes. So I wanted to give you a strong foundation of computer programming. It means ABCD of the programming. I didn't teach you anything so far. I have told you the ABCD of the programming. As long as because you are all are university qualified, it will not be a difficult task for you to comprehend the idea that I have presented to you. Now you can go through these exercises, understand the question first. Clearly you understand the question first. Don't worry about when you are reading the question, please don't think about answer is separate. First you ensure you understood all the exercise questions. If they are asking a question, yes, what exactly they are asking, you clearly you understand first. After that move to the solution space. When you are reading the question, don't bring the solution idea in your mind. It will not give you help, it will not be helpful for you in computers, because these are all small line one line program. You have to practice in that manner. Tomorrow if I give 5 page of problem, you will be fully understanding the problem. You will not be focusing on answers. So what I request Somashekar, Manoj, Gautami, please go through the exercises of this PDF document available with you. Complete all the exercises till 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock today. Again today evening, all three of you should attend the 6 o'clock session called as regular classes. Today onwards, you are going to be part of the regular classes. You don't need to have any more backup classes. Already I aligned you all three with the four rest of the students who have already attended the classes right from the beginning of the batch. Somashekar, Manoj, Gautami, are you ensuring that you will complete all the exercises today before coming to the class? Okay, nice. I'm happy, Gautami, Somashekar. What about Manoj? Are you hearing Manoj? Okay, fine, Manoj. Friends, I because you joined a bit late, that's why I took extra effort of repeating the course so that my students should not lose anything. They have to be aligned with the rest of the students. I hope and I believe that I have aligned you all, and I'm going to face the regular classes only, and additionally you came for today's backup class. Again you are going to attend a regular class today. Thanks for attending this session. Hope to see you in the evening. See you. Bye. Thank you, Gautami.